Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another action-packed episode of the Squared Circle Maniacs Pro Wrestling Podcast. My name is Johnny Bottles, and some people might not say I am a Scooby-Doo enthusiast, but I really am. To my left is Dr. Don Wayne, the neckbeard psychologist. You know him, you love him from Twitter, from the Twitterverse. And the subject of our show is a very solemn one. We're talking about a business that is failing by all available metrics. Economically, popularity, and TV ratings-wise. And that would be AEW, the entire organization. Not just Dynamite, Collision also. Collision is a non-entity right now.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't
even matter right now.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't register. There's nothing about Collision that's ever going to make you tune it again. It's horseshit, which, by the way, thank you all for watching. We appreciate you all.
Please like and subscribe.
Hit that notification button.
Beat you to it.
Here's the thing. Broke his leg last night in the tapings for Collision.
Kota Ibushi. Now, there's a little history involved there, Don. He's broken his leg this year already, his femur, the same bone.
Right.
And they said that it's a possibility going by the x-rays that he had a hairline fracture it didn't heal right the entire time, because it takes, for a broken femur, it takes 10 to 12 months to actually, for the bone to knit back and, together, and for you to get the range of motion back in your leg and the muscles in your leg that surround the broken leg to strengthen up and tone up. And Mr. Ibushi probably did not give it time to heal properly.
And good morning, by the way, to our friends in Australia. Appreciate you tuning in this morning where you are right now.
Big show coming to you guys.
That's bad. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It's a bad injury. It's a bad break. I don't know that guy should get back in the ring, quite frankly. If he ever does again, it can't be, any less than a year is ridiculous at this point.
Well, look, Don, my advice to him, if he's going to get back in the ring, stay off the top turnbuckle. That's how he fell off the top turnbuckle onto the floor and broke his leg again. So that's a move that you should take out of your back pocket and throw it away in the trash heap. Kota, if that's your real name.
Yeah, let's put that shit on the shelf forever. Let's never ever do that shit again.
Right, not good at all. Not good at all.
But there has been some really big news this week on NXT and on Thursday on SmackDown and on Collision and Dynamite. So we were covering Collision. I'm not even going to get into that shit salad where it's like a .02 demo or some ungodly number that's not even registering really, with 200,000 people watching. It's an appalling show. It's on the way out the door. We've said it now for months. It's not getting better. And then you watch Dynamite Tuesday night. I watched it yesterday. I wasn't watching that shit live. It's direct. There's nothing about it that's positive. I didn't take anything good about it. Here's the bad part, though, Bottles. From what I saw on the NXT show, they had some pretty bad botches. And they didn't just beat Dynamite. They didn't just beat them in the ratings, even with those botches. They kicked the shit out of them, man.
Yeah, nearly tripled. Nearly doubled the Dynamite audience.
I don't care that it's on a special night. I don't care about that. You call it Title Tuesday. You give it this big, huge name. We're going to do some things. We're going to shake it up. We saw Ibushi battle Moxley again for the third time on this damn show.
Dude, that wasn't Ibushi.
I looked up. It was, not Ibushi, but Ishii.
Yes, the human fire plug, the Japanese
human 50-something-year-old man that shouldn't be in the ring anymore. That's just ridiculous. I don't want to get into all that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But here's the ratings, right? NXT on these new big data plus panel Nielsen ratings, NXT averaged 625,000 viewers.
635.
I got 625 right here.
I'm looking at AEW Neckbeard's post. It's official.
Okay.
635.
Okay, 635 then. What I'm seeing on AEW is 321,000 people watch this show.
Yes.
That's the demo.
That is by the way with the WWE fans completely checked out that were watching NXT.
Yeah. Well, remember we always said it's
about 500,000 core fans.
That's gone.
And that's the WWE guys also watching. Well, they've abandoned ship from Dynamite this week, unless they DVR'd it and watched it a couple days later.
There's no other way around this. The demo was 0.07. 0.07.
Horrendous.
This entire show needs a complete and total overhaul. and it needs to be completely reset. And Awful Wrestling came out on his show. Big fan of Awful. He watches us. We watch him. Like his show. Like and subscribe there. But this is what he said on his show. Jeff Jarrett is a gnat's ass from getting put in that Booker's chair. And I'm going to agree with him. I don't think it's a bad idea. They have to do something to change everything that they're doing right now completely around. And by the way, just an idea, maybe don't have 300,000 wrestlers on your damn program that no one gets used and no one remembers.
And keep signing more and more people. They just signed Lacey Lane, the former Caden Carter from WWE. Why would they do that when they've got all these women, all these other wrestlers on this program that they don't even use? They've got Camille, which they don't even use. Still on the roster.
Where the hell is she?
They've got a hard one for Camille. They don't like her for some reason.
I don't understand the thought process that's going into these shows every week. I don't understand where the booking's going every week. It seems like they doubled down on bad ideas, right? This Cracker Clan shit hasn't been good since it started. And they're going to run they're going to run it into the ground.
We've said this over and over again on this show 6, 7, 8 months ago. It's killing the ratings. Seeing this bullshit. Warrior JWR with $1.99. Thank you, Warrior. Q, leave the memories of death of AEW edition. Creed's busy, so they're going to have to bring out Leave the Memories Alone for that little soundtrack for that video. Don, Dark Side of the Ring has been renewed for season 7.
They can do an entire season on AEW.
They can do the brawl out with Punk and the EVPs. They can also do the slow death of AEW. They can do the Dave Meltzer story. I don't know if they'll do that with Meltzer because he's a regular guest on Dark Side of the Ring. They bring him out from time to time. But you could just turn Cornette loose on Dark Side of the Ring, and they would just completely tear AEW. They would eviscerate AEW. Not that anyone really wants to see that because, granted, they don't know what they're doing. The shows suck. Garbage deathmatch wrestling. I don't need to see that in every match or half the show every week. Don't need to see that. But you've got so much talent on that roster if you just trim the fat and get a booker. And like Awful said, Jeff Jarrett's that far away. A gnat's ass away.
Thank you, Warrior JWR, for the $1.99. I don't understand all these faceless bots that they put on for their squash matches and why they're not using their real talent. Like you have guys on your roster that you're paying a handsome salary that can be enhancement talent, and you've got them in these factions that don't mean shit. Don Callis has every swinging dick in that company that means nothing on his roster.
It's now a joke. It's now a joke on Twitter and social media that next time somebody gets hired, they're going right to the Don Callis roster. Don Callis family.
The new guy with the headgear, that goof, has never won a match. He doesn't win. He
wrestled Kota Ibushi when he broke his leg.
I guess he won that one, huh?
I guess he won that one.
Oh, boy. Maddie's in the house.
There he is. Uh-oh. Observers reporting Kota tore his G-string.
Gee, that hurt.
Gee.
I don't know what else to say about it. I can't watch this and stomach it anymore, man. It's gotten to the point where it's no longer just a chore to watch.
Right.
Like I feel like fast forward is now a commonplace occurrence with me on this show. And SmackDown is, I just want to say this real quick. SmackDown has bored the shit out of me for the last several months to where I've quit watching altogether just because it's boring and nothing really seems to ever happen here. When I'm watching SmackDown and Raw, dude, it's like I'm watching two completely different companies. It's not even remotely close.
You're exactly right.
Today. I watch Raw today. Like I said, this is going to be my new palate cleanser, man. I'm going to start watching that after I watch these shitty AEW shows. And suddenly you have a huge, like an eye-opening experience. Like, wow, this is how you do a professional wrestling show. And then you watch SmackDown, and I'm not even sure TNA is putting on this bad of a product right now. It's just boring. It is a boring product. And SmackDown is supposedly firing the writers and bringing in new people. You were talking about that earlier. I've heard a little bit more about it today.
They're not firing the writers per se. They're moving them out and taking them off. They're putting them on the bench and bringing on some new guys in, some new hitters in. But the problem is the head of creative for SmackDown is the road dog, Brian James Armstrong.
I don't know.
Maybe he's got good ideas. I don't know.
Right now, I'm not seeing them. I'm not seeing anything on SmackDown that makes me want to watch. They did like what 1.03 million with this new rating scale that's going on right now.
Yes, you could. I've told you before that you could actually go on YouTube and type in WWE SmackDown highlights, and you can see 10 or 11 minutes of the whole thing, the whole shebang, and you don't have to watch a 2-hour program. You just get concise, all the high points, and I'm caught up to SmackDown. I can go and watch the PLE now. So
this new Nielsen Big Data Plus panel
Explain this to me.
I've looked into this, right?
Yes.
So a traditional panel, I looked this up quite a few times.
Sure.
Traditional panel has a select number of households provide data on their viewing habits, right?
Right.
And it's with those boxes that they used to have. That's what they used to use. This new big data also includes the setup top boxes and smart TVs. So the smart TVs are actually actively tracking your information. And when you combine the two, you get a bigger, broader, more accurate, detailed, representation of who's actually watching these shows versus who's not.
Okay. So there's an app. There's a Nielsen app you download to your smart TV. You don't need a box. Is that what I'm thinking?
I don't think that's what it is. I think they just actively track it through that data because it's through the internet. Okay. Now, I don't know. I don't know because it doesn't go any further in depth on that. I haven't seen that app, but I'd wager they might just be pulling that shit off your TV like Google does off your phone.
Now, Nielsen, is it just United States or is it worldwide?
United States.
Okay. Because our friends up north in Canada and over in Europe, they can watch SmackDown, NXT all live on Netflix. It's live on Netflix, just like Raw is in the United States. And I was just wondering if that factors in somehow, the streaming numbers factor in. Probably not.
I don't know. I just know right now, when you pull a number like that, because last week it was like 450 or 480, some crazy shit with this new box. And that was on their regular night, right? That was their regular night. They're not even going to hit. Their 600,000 is gone. That's a pipe dream. That is not happening again. You have lost your core fan base because of these bad booking decisions that you keep hammering home.
They called the show Title Tuesday, Don, and they had 2 title defenses, the TNT title and the TBS title. Okay. Yes. Kyle O'Reilly, one-armed Kyle O'Reilly took on Kyle Fletcher.
Yes. And I'm going to
for the TNT title. Did anyone really think Kyle Fletcher was going to lose? Of course not. No. Lacey Lane came out to an open challenge from someone who lives in Florida because they were in Florida, of course. Mercedes Moné knows that a lot of wrestlers, probably 60% of U.S. wrestlers live in the state of Florida, believe it or not. And because of the climate, of course. And Lacey Lane came out. Everyone thought it was going to be Dakota Kai or Shotzi Blackheart. It turns out it was Lacey Lane. Did anyone think Lacey Lane was going to win that match? Of course not.
No.
There's no suspense to an AEW show anymore. There's nothing that would make you say, look, the Cracker Clan's out. Maybe it's just going to be a match with just Moxley. Nobody's going to get involved. Claudio's going to wrestle a match. Maybe nobody's going to get involved. Who's going to win between Claudio Canoli and A.R. Fox, who never wins a match? You can't keep putting bums in the ring, jobber matches. This is what killed the WWE in the early 90s and mid-90s when they had jobber matches in all the syndicated shows. The days of Barry Horowitz and all these other schmucks are over. Matzo Balls is again with the 199. Cartman, the Kyle versus Kyle match. God damn it. Do it. Who was it?
Kyle. It was Kyle
versus
Kyle versus Kyle. I'm getting the ring, God damn it.
I hope Paramount Plus does buy Warner Brothers Discovery so we can see the crossover that we always want to see. Eric Cartman as a color commentator for AEW Dynamite.
It would
if they're still on the air.
Of what they have right now. It would beat what they have right now.
Right now, what they have is not working. It's complete garbage. Garbage. That show was almost unlistenable. If you just didn't even look at the screen.
Oh, dude.
If you just listened to the commentators, it was completely unlistenable with Excalibur, the same old goddamn bullshit, and Taz, Taz isn't going to be on the air from now on. He's getting
what's going on with that?
Complete shoulder replacement.
So that's what's going on.
All those years of doing those suplexes has finally caught up to him. And
Kyle.
they got rid of Shivani, thank God, on commentary.
Well, I'm going to talk about Shivani
Collision.
in a little while. I'm going to talk about Shivani in a little while because that shit last night, man. Or sorry, I keep saying last night because I watched it yesterday, but I can't get past the fact that this show a couple of years ago was drawing 800,000 people, and now it can't sniff the ass crack of 500 or 600,000.
It was drawing 1 million when CM Punk was there.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about this. The entire downfall started when Cody Rhodes left. When he left, you started to see the bullshit start to trickle in. The Young Bucks had more control. They had their nonsense going on. Kenny Omega was the belt master, whatever the hell that was.
Belt
he
collector.
held everyone's whatever it was.
Cody Rhodes helped book the shows, is what I can glean from the little nuggets of info you get online. He helped book the shows. And then when they wanted to go and do all their own thing, the Bucks and Omega and all that.
All went off.
They all started booking their own things, and they said Cody's stuck in the Codyverse. The neckbeards on the line say he's in the Codyverse, his own little piece of AEW where he does his own thing on the side. But all the other ones were doing it. Omega was in the Omegaverse. The Bucks were in the Bucksverse.
Well, Kenny was in that
freaking difference.
Kenny was in that Japanese schoolgirl bullshit. He had that little fascination going on. I know.
He still does.
He can't help himself. Let's bring out Riho. I like her. Nobody wants to see her.
I don't know if it's still a thing, but that was his girlfriend for years. Riho, the little girl that he wrestled. The little girl he wrestled.
I know. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't know that for sure. I don't want any part of it. 321,000 people last week, 465 last week. I get it was on a different night, but you had a special show. It was supposed to be a special show, and it felt like it was special, all right. Short bus special. This thing was garbage.
Well, Tony Khan, for all his faults, he was all over social media this past weekend, and Monday and Tuesday, reminding everybody that Dynamite is on at 8 p.m. Title Tuesday on a Tuesday night.
He was all over it. Yeah.
All over the place. You could not turn on Twitter. If you follow Wrestling Kent, you could not open Twitter without seeing his tweets. And he did a yeoman's job of getting the word out there, but maybe he needed to take out, I don't know, an ad on TBS. Maybe he needed to take out an ad on the USA Network or an ad on the CW saying, hey, special night, 8 p.m. He's got the money for it. Why doesn't he advertise?
That's not all. There's more bad news for Tony Khan and AEW outside of just their metrics. So it tells you need to reset this. Did you see the all-in official attendance numbers have been released by Dallas, Texas, and their public information?
It's not 30,000 people?
Imagine that. And all of the neckbeards that swear they were in attendance keep jumping off of the seats and the counters while they're taking their little whore bath, screaming at the top of their lungs, I was there.
I'm taking my whore bath. Son, what are you doing outside with that hose? Dad, I'm taking my whore bath. Leave me alone.
I'm telling you, dude. Here's the actual number. They gave out 21,973 tickets were actually scanned in. That was what was scanned in. Did you hear me?
21,973
is actually the tickets that were scanned in. There were 23,759 people in attendance. A lot of those were probably freebies or comps or shit. For all I know, they were the parking attendants.
And dude, let me tell you something. You cannot tell me this dipshit from WrestleNomics, Brandon Thurston's not on the AEW Tony Khan payroll, because he put out today, like it means anything. He put this map out. I'm going to put this up here. I know you haven't seen this.
I don't know. I don't know what you're showing me right now.
This is a designated market area where the AEW All In Texas attendees came from. Like this means anything.
It doesn't mean shit.
It doesn't mean shit, but he's putting posts like this up all day. He's putting this up. Country by country where the AEW All In Texas attendees came from. I don't understand why he would do that. Australia? Look, somebody's over here in these islands. It was American Samoa over here. Is
one guy showed up. Yeah.
One guy showed up from, It boggles my freaking mind why he's doing this. And reconstruction of AEW All In Texas scanned attendees. He's trying to make it look like it was more full. He's trying to make it look like it was more full than what it is.
So it gets better. It gets even better. AEW tried to get an arbitration and confidentiality clause added to the contracts for the show that they did. They essentially wanted a non-disclosure agreement by the city of Dallas and the state of Texas that they would not disclose how many people were actually in attendance, because that would shit all over Tony Khan's Carney Act.
Thurston posted that also. He also posted the text from the rider, from the NDA. AEW wanted arbitration confidentiality clauses with city-owned esports stadium, not the publisher disclose attendance figures, turnstile counts, drop counts, ticket numbers, revenues, box office receipts.
Imagine that.
At least some talent contracts also contain arbitration clauses. But there's narrow circumstances in which Texas government entities can agree to arbitration. It's just absolute hot garbage.
Hide the real numbers. I can't let this get out because I didn't sell what I said I did.
When you're failing in all metrics, you've got to cover up whatever you can. And he's been covering his ass. And these kids online, these furry enthusiasts, these neckbeard, orange-fingered Cheeto sexuals, just eat it all up with a spoon, man. These kids online, and they are kids. When I say kids,
they are. I mean, they're
for
kids.
The most part. They are teenagers, like
20 years
online.
Old, well, 14 to say 30, because I have seen some of these weirdos. Yeah, I've seen these weirdos
with anime profile pictures online,
and
they think that everything's good. They're coddled by their parents. They're still living off their mother and father's teat in the basement or up in their bedroom with the One Punch Man bed sheets push pin to the windows, using those for bedroom curtains, and just watching sky blue videos all the time on Twitter and on YouTube, and listening to every interview Tony Khan ever says, where everything's great. Everything is great. And they want to hear in their lives that everything's great. This is one thing they enjoy: deathmatch indie garbage wrestling on national television. And there's no market for it.
None. Somebody bring out
the
pizza cutter guy. I want to see that again. Domino said, I'm out.
They have no stars. They have no stars outside of Joe, MJF. Well, we'll talk about that later when we talk about how to reset this company. What we would do. Unless you want to talk about that now, Don, it's up to you.
First off, I'd hire a booker. Number one. Right out.
You got to hire a booker, maybe two. Maybe two.
Oh, I'd hire 3 or 4. I'm not hiring just 2. I'm hiring 3 or 4 guys that can sit in a room, give some ideas, and figure out where the hell this thing is going. Next thing I'm doing is I am going to cut over half of this roster. Half of it is gone.
They don't need 220 people as ordinary talent. They do not. They don't need all these backstage interviewers.
No,
they don't. Alicia Atout, good-looking girl, MJF's wife. Do they really need her?
I'd keep her just because she's something different. And I don't want to see Tony Schiavone doing that shit backstage anymore.
They've got Lexi Nair,
I don't know who that is.
Lexi Nair is Diamond Dallas Page's stepdaughter. She's Big Bill's fiance.
She means nothing to me. It's a name only.
Right.
I would keep her. I would keep the one you said and Renee Baguette. That's all I'd keep backstage. Those would be the 2. I'm getting rid of the guy that's from South Park. That guy's gone.
Officer Bar Brady, get rid of that guy.
I would probably have him on commentary, but I am absolutely kicking Sockface off the chair.
He cannot be on commentary because he was on commentary when they started.
Okay.
Day one, he was on commentary. They got rid of him right away.
Sockface is gone day one. Out the door. Gone.
I would take the guys who do Ring of Honor. Riccaboni and I forgot the other guy's name. God damn it.
Doesn't matter, but
Caprice Coleman. Riccaboni, Caprice Coleman.
Best guy they have. That's the
best guy they have. Put him on your main show. Take Excalibur, who's good friends with the Young Bucks. They came up in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla together. Put those guys. I put Danielson and I would put Sockface over on Ring of Honor. Danielson came around.
No, stop. Ring of Honor's dead. I'm kicking that to the curb, and you're never going to see it again.
If you've got it, and
Bottles. This is resetting the mechanism, right? It's all gone. There is no more Ring of Honor. It's all gone.
Good idea.
I'm going to bury it where it should have been.
Good idea.
Gone. Those belts are gone. Those wrestlers, if they aren't on TV now, they're gone. There's a few I'm sure that are good. Athena I'd keep. The rest of them, for the most part, are gone.
Right.
Gone.
Absolutely.
They offer nothing.
Nothing.
I would at least get rid of whatever the hell.
Bandito. Listen to me. Bandito's the Ring of Honor champion. Right? Isn't Bandito
I don't know.
Chat? I don't watch Ring of Honor, but last I heard he was the Ring of Honor champion. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have the chat pulled up on my screen right now, but Don does. I think Bandito's a Ring of Honor champion. He's also one half of the AEW Dynamite Tag Team Champions. So why is he
that? I do know. That I do.
Why wouldn't you just have the Ring of Honor instead of a TBS title or a TNT title? Have the Ring of Honor men's title and the Ring of Honor women's title to replace those two. If you want to keep look,
it's gone.
If you want to keep it,
no, it's gone.
It's gone.
It means nothing. It means nothing. There's no channel for Ring of Honor. There's no TV show for Ring of Honor. It's gone. It doesn't matter. Nothing it does matter. None of those fucking titles mean a thing. Neither does that, what is it, the International Suplex Machine of Icon City that fucking one of the Japanese guys has? That shit don't mean nothing. It's trash. Get rid of that title.
The Hollywood Upstairs Wrestling School title.
That's it.
That's gone.
The Apartment Wrestling Champion is gone.
Apartment Wrestling Champion. Who could that be? I think it's Anna Jay. But
the 6-man title, that's gone.
Are you telling me,
gone.
Don, tell me you don't like Ring of Honor without telling me you don't like Ring of Honor?
I don't like Ring of Honor.
Okay.
It's trash. None of it matters.
They couldn't even find, look, they shopped it around. He's still shopping it around. He can't get a TV deal for Ring of Honor. No one wanted it. Warner Brothers Discovery said, Tony, I think we're going to take a pass on that Ring of Honor, but pass that plate of white powder over here, will you please?
There's nothing on Ring of Honor I want to watch. There's nothing I've ever watched.
Nothing.
Get rid of that shit. I don't want to see
nothing.
It. I don't want to see Mercedes Moné have 35 meaningless titles on this show. If you're my champion, you're my champion. I'm not trying to push the Netherlands, New England, white-faced, pale rider fucking championship. I don't want that on my television. Get rid of that shit. Gone. All of the older Japanese guys that give me nothing, gone. It's all gone. The only three gone. The only 3 championships I would keep, honest to God, I'd keep the this is the men's division. I'd keep the AEW Heavyweight Championship. Mm-hmm. I'd keep the TNT title because I do think that has some prestige. Yes. And I would keep whatever it's called now. I would probably get rid of the title they have now and rename it the Atlantic Coast Championship like they did the last time because that made the most sense. That made sense. That title made sense. Or call it the Intercontinental Atlantic, whatever you want to call it. The Ocean's Blue Championship. Give it another name that actually matters.
AEW men's and women's titles. Tag team titles. They're going to have
what'd you say? Hold on, what'd you say?
AEW women's and men's
That doesn't
titles.
exist yet. That doesn't exist yet. Just the men's.
Okay. Men's title.
They haven't crowned anybody yet. And I wouldn't have that shit anyway. I don't like it in the WWE.
Chris Statlander is the AEW Women's Champion.
No, tag champion, you said. Tag. I wouldn't even bring that in. That would be gone.
They've already announced the belts. They've already announced it on TV, but we're hitting a reset button. Fuck it. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Men's title, women's title, men's tag championships, TBS championship, TNT championship. And I don't know what else for if you've got a world's championship, why would you have a continental championship or whatever like that? I don't even agree with it in WWE, but it's a big part of their history. It's a big part of their history, the Intercontinental title.
I would rename most of them. I would keep the AEW World Heavyweight. I'd keep the TNT. I'd keep the women's. I'd keep the TBS. I'd keep the men's tag. I would probably introduce, I don't know, a North American champion. That might be a good one to bring out. That would make sense. And just that would be that I would be fine with.
Well, they've got one on NXT, so they would be copying from NXT.
Who gives a shit?
How many Intergalactic Championship? The Intergalactic Championship. The Cheetos Championship. That's what I would call it. The Cheetos Championship. It would be an orange belt.
Mountain Dew sticker in the middle of it. With a bottle of Jergens on each side and a tarp.
They would be on the plates. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's where I would start. And I would strip all the title holders right now, and I'd have a tournament. I'd have a tournament for the heavyweight championship first.
Easy
and whoever
booking.
loses that
Easy
is your new TNT champion. So you could crown them both in one shot.
Easy booking. Yeah.
And I almost think I would introduce a U.S. tag championship into the mix because they do have a lot of tag teams and some of them are good. I mean, there's no way in hell you can tell me that the Hurt People shouldn't have a belt right now in that company.
You're right.
You just can't.
You're right. So the 6-man belts would go.
Oh, I told you they're gone. I'm throwing them out way quick.
So I would say I could say North American tag championships.
That's fine too. North American, US, whatever.
Yeah. And if you want to throw a bone to the Japanese wrestlers, Japanese championship. Why not?
No. I'm giving you three main titles. I'm giving you 3 main titles.
Right. Okay. So what about the Japanese guys on the roster? Who would you cut? All these Ishii's number one.
Almost all of them. Yeah.
Would you keep Okada? Would you keep Okada?
No, he offers nothing.
Would you keep Ibushi? No, he's got to retire. You would keep Kota Ibushi? The guy who just broke his leg?
Well, just until he could get better, then I'd fire him.
Of course. How about the guy who had his brain removed, Shibata?
Hold on. Shibata, I don't know. Who's the guy with the freckle on his nose? Because that's the guy I'd keep.
Takeshita.
Yeah, Takeshita I'd keep. That guy's
good
got
wrestler.
Something.
Good wrestler.
Yeah, great wrestler.
Great wrestler. Yeah, absolutely.
Okada
is just coasting along, grabbing a paycheck.
Dude, he's just doing the moves and getting paid.
Yes, absolutely. Throwing the middle finger up, calling people bitches, and that's it. He's done. So he would go right away. I would pay these. He's got the money. Tony's got the money to just say, okay, we're going to settle on your contract. You're done. We're going to settle out your contract. I'm not paying you the full $4 million a year or whatever it is. We've got in your contract a balloon payment if I decide to get rid of your contract. They got that in the leases. So I'm sure they have it in these entertainment contracts. Pay you out.
I would give the Bucks would stop the bullshit they're doing. Like, that's what I mean about the hard reset. This horrible shit they're doing has got to go. Like, that shit's got to stop now.
Buddy, the Bucks would go. They could go back to New Japan.
I'd keep them.
I'd keep them. Well, that's where you and I disagree.
This audience likes them. I don't, but I get a lot of people do. I get
Well, they can download the NJPW app and watch them on that. That's what they can do. The problem is New Japan doesn't have the money to pay the Young Bucks.
New Japan's falling apart. I mean, that's all there is to it.
They are on their way out. They're struggling.
Hangman's no longer. Hangman to me is a mid-tier champion. I don't see world champion in that guy's future. I just don't. Every time he's gotten the ball, it doesn't seem like it goes anywhere. And the ratings prove it. Say whatever you want. The rating, when Jimmy Uso got the title and the ratings started going in the trash, they said, get it off of him. This ain't working.
You mean
was
Jey
fun
Uso.
when he was chasing. Yeah, sorry, Jey Uso. It was fun when he was chasing. It sucks that he's got it. Get him the hell out of here.
And that's what they did. The ratings dropped drastically in WWE. A lot of people didn't realize that. And they said, no, he's got to come off. It's got to come off. Got to come off. I'm just thinking that, who do you got? Joe? Joe's a proven ratings draw. He's a ratings draw. When he's on, I'd love to see the quarter hours now. I can't, we don't have access to it.
It's hard to get them right now.
But I get back in the day, a year ago, Joe, every quarter hour Joe was in, the ratings shot up.
Well,
by
he's
thousands of viewers.
He's believable.
He's very believable, yes. When he goes, it's going to be a sad time in AEW. Well, no, a sad time in AEW will be next summer when they're off the air.
I'd keep Kenny Omega, but he's got to prove to me he can stay healthy. Got to prove that.
He's got a lot of problems, dude.
It's a lot, man.
He looks like he's got a lot of problems. I'm not just on, injuries.
I couldn't eject. I would be like the 1980s Knight Rider with Jericho riding shotgun, and I'd hit that eject button so fast to watch him fly out of my car into the abyss of nothingness.
Well, Jericho's contract's going to be up by the end of the year. He's being ghosted by Tony Khan by all accounts. Tony's not talking to him. They're not in any kind of contact. But Tony says in interviews, "Oh, we'd love to have Chris here. We'd love to keep Chris. Love to renew his contract." Blah blah blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
You can't get a hold of Tony unless you're in the inner circle of EVP.
He's
going to be back in Hall of Fame next year, WWE, Chris Jericho. That's what's going to happen.
You keep putting this shit out there. I don't want this. I don't want anything to do with that guy anymore. By the way, where the hell's Big Bill? 7 feet tall, and he's losing to vanilla midgets.
Collision. He's still tag teaming with Low Plains Drifter, pal.
I don't even know where the hell that guy's. I'd like to know where Big Bill is. Like, where is Low Plains Drifter? He's still out there?
He's on Collision with Big Bill.
Got his pants up to his nipples?
No, they're down now. I think we were riding him a little too hard about that. It's down now. Low Plains Drifter. What a guy.
What a guy. I like Big Bill. That's one of my favorite guys.
Big Bill's a good
He really
man.
is.
Good wrestler.
I don't know where who else would I keep? Well, that's you.
Would you keep Eddie Kingston?
No, God, no. Or no, hell no. Hell no.
Someone said that Eddie Kingston looks like a plastic bag full of milk on
That's
Twitter.
A pretty good lie.
Yes.
No, hell no. I got no problem, man. I got no problem giving to that guy. He's never entertained me. He clearly, the dude doesn't work out. It's an upper body business, as Hawk once said, and this guy doesn't touch it. So
not at all. He doesn't look like he's ever lifted a weight in his entire life.
So that's just a start of where I'd be jumping off of this. But yeah, I think I would crown MJF as my champion right out of the gate because that guy does still have it. And he's probably the best wrestler in the company, quite frankly, when he wants to be.
Matty 199 says, can all the elite, new tagline, get the elite out?
I mean, I could see it.
There's one thing I could see. It was from AEW Dynamite. It was a backstage segment this week. I'm going to put it up on the screen right now. This is Bald FTR, Gun FTR. And you've got Stokely Hathaway in the middle with Penelope Ford right here with that lovely sour look on her face. And you've got Megan Bayne, who's on your roster, who's got to be 6 feet tall. She towers
in the Beth Phoenix look.
Yes. But she did this thing on the indies. She did this on the indies with the headdress and the Beth Phoenix look because Beth's not using it right now. So I guess she would co-opt it. Why wouldn't you have this woman as your female champion or just on TV vying for the belt?
I don't know. I don't know why this chick. I don't get it.
She's on Collision every other week or maybe once a month. And now for some reason they trotted her out on Dynamite in a backstage segment to go up against, I guess, when FTR faces Jet Speed and Willow Nightingale. She's going to be facing Willow Nightingale in that mixed 6-person match. You got her on the roster and you're wasting her.
Let her sit over on the bench.
Yes. Just like Camille. You could take, hear me out, women's title tournament for the reset women's titles in AEW. You've got a 3-way. You've got Mercedes Moné, Megan Bayne, and Camille. Those 3 in a match. That would draw numbers.
I know who I'm not having win that title.
Mercedes Moné, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's so much overkill. She came out the other night to crickets again. Daly's place isn't a big place. You could hear they were so close to the ring. These fans were situated so close to the ring.
And you couldn't hear shit. They were dead.
Dead. For the whole show, they were dead. Oh, they cheer Hangman Page and Joe. Well, they were a little excited about Samoa Joe when he came out. He started talking trash to Hangman Page. Probably the best thing on the show.
Well, let's talk about the show. No, let's talk about this show.
Can we get right into it?
Title Tuesday kicks off. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe.
Would you go
with the notifications button and the super chats?
Please do. Super chats are open. Would you go into Jeff Jarrett as a booker, considering the fact that he failed in TNA?
You know, I don't know so much that he failed on TNA as much as he got run out of town. I'm not saying I would take every idea he's got, but there's no way you can't tell me Jeff Jarrett, because when Jeff Jarrett had his little run this year, which, by the way, that died by the wayside quick as a hiccup.
That got killed right away. It was actually getting over a little bit. It was getting over a little bit, and somebody killed it.
Title Tuesday kicks off with Tony Schiavone in the ring, and his voice sounds bad. And I'm not going to rip on the guy because he's 70 years old, but the voice is just,
what, dude? He signed up for this. He's getting paid hundreds of $1,000s to do this bullshit. Don't feel bad for Tony Schiavone, okay? Don't feel bad at all. His house is paid off. He's probably paid off his children's houses. His 40-year-old bum son, he's probably paid off his house too, and supporting that kid, that grown man. It's all horseshit, okay? I have no sympathy for Tony Schiavone whatsoever.
Well, his voice sounded bad.
Of course, he looks bad. Not to mention the weasel on his head.
Hangman comes out as does Samoa Joe. Joe says he sucker punched him. Joe is angry with himself. He says he's getting a chance at the title because he helped keep the Clan away from him. At All In, with the 21,000 people in attendance.
You help keep the Clan away from him. I'm thinking, the Clan?
Every time Paige starts talking, he sounds like a wet blanket. He really does.
Like that.
Thank you so much for reminding me.
Oh, of course, yes. We are on Spotify. If you don't like to see our smiling faces and you think, oh, these guys are so fat and they're so old, I can't listen to them. Maybe I'll listen to them on Spotify. I don't want to see their faces. We're on Spotify, folks. Square Circle Maniacs podcast is on Spotify. This will be up probably tomorrow morning on Spotify.
Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate you, Larry. I hope it's safe out there. Anyway, the wet blanket starts safe? Talking because he lives in wild times, pal.
What do you mean?
Larry doesn't live on Earth like you and I do. He lives in a special place.
What's the special place?
It's somewhere between chaos and murderer's row. And I just pray for the man every day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's that bad where he lives?
Yeah. He's walking around with a hammer in his hand all day. He's just ready for anything.
Really?
Got a wrench in the other hand. Burning a heater.
Oh, my God. Stay away from the angry mechanic over there smoking a cigar. He's going to Whitey's.
He used to live on Bad Street, USA. He left there.
Really?
He said it wasn't tough enough.
It wasn't tough enough. Bad Street. What's he live in Chicago? No, we all know Larry. Well, you know, people in the know. We're friends with him on Twitter. No, he lives down in Louisiana. He's one of the many parishes down there. I think he's living in a Bloodbath Parish down in Louisiana.
So we're going to get into this. Shit. Joe says everything he said is true. Blah, blah, blah. He calls him a fake champion. Paige says he'll deliver 2 shots for every one he gets, and he's not going to tap. And why is Tony in the ring? Why is Tony Schiavone in the ring? What is his purpose in all of this?
To look uncomfortable.
He serves no purpose.
That man, I said this on Twitter the other day.
Thank you, Brother Larry.
He shows no joy in his life whatsoever. No joy. He doesn't smile. The last time that guy smiled on camera is when he was interviewing Britt Baker. If you can remember those days,
very true.
He would smile just a shit-eating grin from ear to ear when Britt Baker was out and he was interviewing her in the ring. Kissing her ass.
Mark Briscoe promo with Renee Baguette backstage, and Kyle versus Kyle gets announced. And the one Kyle says, if anybody starts chanting the name Kyle, he'll lose it. There's only one. This guy, Kyle Fletcher, can't cut a promo to save his ass. He is the dirt worst.
It's that voice, dude. It's that
everything. It's that everything.
He's well, I don't know, man. He's sound in the ring. He's a little unsafe outside the ring, but he's got something. He needs somebody to shore up his promo skills. I don't know. What kills me is
there's no promo skills.
Look,
there's
dude,
no promo skills.
He's in the Don Callis family. Don Callis is the manager for these guys. Why isn't he doing the talking for all of these guys? Why? Why doesn't he speak? Don Callis would rather sit on commentary. And that's another thing. Don Callis is good on commentary. He is.
He is. I'll give you that.
He's not short of words. He can think on the fly. I would put him on commentary with Rick Abani and Caprice Coleman. Have those 3 guys there. Taz is going to be gone for a long time.
This show keeps up, the viewers are going to be gone for a long, long time.
Dude, you know WBD is looking at this.
Yeah, they are.
You know,
and they're thinking, we hit a home run grand slam. We scored 10 in the bottom of the first inning, and we're running away scot-free. And if Warner Brothers gets bought by Paramount, this shit is gone.
It's gone. It's gone. There's no home for it on Paramount Plus. There's no home for it on HBO Max. There's no home for it now on HBO Max because those numbers are kept close to the vest. They are not releasing those numbers whatsoever because they're abysmal.
They're dog water.
Abysmal. If a million people was watching AEW Dynamite or Collision on HBO Max, that would be trumpeted all over Twitter. Meltzer, Tony Khan, BJ Bethel, all those guys would be saying it. If they were really legit doing 500,000, those stats would be taken from the crib from the HBO Max website, copied and pasted on Twitter. You would see Sockface would be talking about it.
Right. And you know what?
Join us on HBO Max with 1 million of our other viewers.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Because you know what's sad is that Kyle Fletcher is a good wrestler if he had somebody to help guide him and slow his ass down.
God damn you, I just said that 2 minutes ago.
I know, but I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with Kyle Fletcher. Not
Fletcher.
Kyle O'Reilly is the worst thing ever. Kyle O'Reilly is just he's so hurt and debilitated from his injuries, his neck injury. He needs to stop. He's this far away from being paralyzed permanently. He really is. O'Reilly can wrestle, like you said. He just can't talk, and he needs somebody. But the wrestling, right? So here's the thing.
Did you think when I was talking earlier, I was talking about O'Reilly?
No. I knew what you were talking about. It's
Fletcher.
I let it spin in my head thinking about it. And you're right. He can wrestle. He can work, but he's got to get slowed down. Got
to slow down. And do you know he was in NXT?
I didn't.
He was in a tag team with fat ass Mark Davis. Those two guys were in NXT. And
Warrior JWR says WCW wasn't even this bad, even in its dying days. I can't disagree. Because as bad as it was.
Because Warrior, in their dying days, they had stars. They did have stars, but no one watched because the booking was so bad. They had Bagwell. They had the Steiners. They had Hogan. They had the Giant. They had all those guys. Booker T, Ric Flair, Sting.
How?
They had all of them, and they misused every single one of them because of contractual clauses where they could turn down the booking. They could turn down the storylines if they didn't like it. And that's what's going on in AEW right now.
Denisha says, Don, there's a troll in the chat. I don't give a shit about that guy. He can keep talking to the wall for all I care. He's probably some kid that's sitting alone in his house right now with his mom and dad downstairs. No idea he's on the machine right now. I don't care. But thank you for letting me know. Mox is then shown getting the worst fake slap I've ever seen by Marita Shafir. Did you see that? The first one looks like it might have hit him. The second one was behind his head, and you could literally see her hand on the other side. Right?
It was horrible. It was horrible.
It was terrible. Thank you, Denisha.
Horrible.
And then we get down here, and you knew how this was going to go because it's the same way every John Moxley match goes in the history of ever. In the history of ever. Fucking forearms out the ass. They're not going to stop. They get outside. They start chopping each other. It doesn't stop. It all happens all the time in every Moxley match ever. It's the same shit all the time. Motorhead with the 10 spot. SCM, the best from the east to west. Excellent program, brothers. Thank you very much, Motorhead. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
This match was exactly what I thought it was going to be. And Ishii came out having a New Japan Strong Style Championship. Another belt that means nothing on this show. Yet another belt that means absolutely nothing for another company that's literally been stripped of all of its talent because Tony Khan stole them all. And that's fine, but don't act like it's good. Like you're bringing in Ishii's old ass, man.
You know, I just like to say, we do have a troll in the chat. I just scroll through some of this bullshit that he's saying. And whatever he wants to say, that's fine. We do like some of the talent in AEW. We've just said that on this show. We said who we would keep. We say it on all of our shows. These guys are good. These guys are good. How come they aren't using this girl, this guy, this guy, this girl? We also shit on WWE when it's bad. SmackDown's unwatchable. You could just watch it on YouTube in clips. You can actually watch, if they cared that much about it, you could watch AEW Dynamite highlights on clips, so we would have to watch this show for 2 hours. Or next week, 3 hours, Don. 3 hours. Collision will be the third hour next week.
That's you. I ain't watching that shit. No,
and I watch it. It's just it's a crime. What we don't like is Tony Khan's booking. Okay? That's what we don't like. The guy who runs the show, Tony Khan, is horrendous. Did you see the clip on Twitter? They said he's been writing AEW. He's been booking AEW for 30 years. All these matches, like Okada and O'Kenny and all this other bullshit.
Oh, yeah, I've been booking it for like 40 years or some shit.
30 years. Yeah, he's 41 now. 30 years he's been booking AEW. All his dream matches, Jericho and all those guys, they wanted to see. It's horrible. Tony, you've gotta have some kind of
common sense.
No, you've got to have some kind of you've got to have some kind of storyline to get people to watch these matches. Otherwise, it's just an indie show that you've gone to at the VFW Hall on a Saturday night for $25 and warm draft beer that they're selling. That's all this is right now. It's just Moxley is just come to the VFW Hall for AEG Wrestling. See John Moxley and Ishii in our main event.
No.
That's the main event.
We're moving on.
That's what it is.
It's the shits. Ishii gets his nose busted open. It just goes to shit, man. The pile driver that he doesn't sell, Ishii gets right up. No sells the pile driver. I think
Moxley told him sell the pile driver, dude, because it leads to the next. It led to the next spot of the curb stomp. He's stealing Seth Rollins' curb stomp. Did you notice that?
Yes, but here's where it gets bad. Moxley puts him in his finisher, the rear naked chokehold. The ref taps Ishii. And right before he gets away from him, Ishii does some sort of a cat being drowned move where his whole body flails. As you got to respond, and he responds, and the ref goes, ring the bell. What the hell was that, man? What are we doing?
I think it's a language barrier. I think Ishii he's got a language problem where he just can't.
Good God,
he can't comprehend in the ring. I mean, the guy's like early 50s, and he's just about shot physically. Can't hardly move his head, and his spine has got arthritis in his spine. I do know that he's jacked up, but he's getting a payday. He's getting paid very well for wrestling once a month, if that. But this is the kind of shit you don't want regularly on your TV.
No, and we get it every fucking week.
Every fucking week. It's Moxley's a wet dream match of the week is what it is. Let me wrestle another Japanese guy. What's Ishii doing? Call him up. He's probably telling Tony, call him up.
Renee Baguette is backstage with the Bucks, who are begging on Tony's door, begging for another $500,000 match. They're
like he's
doing
in
this
there
bullshit again. I don't care if he's in there or not. This is corny as shit. Nothing about this gets over. It's corny, it's hokey, and it's bad. You know what it is? It's early 90s NWA/WCW/WWF. Just bring out a guy in a goddamn ski costume and call it a day. Call it a day.
They're doing this again. It's the same old bullshit.
Yeah. Every week. Out comes the damned.
I think they all know that Tony Khan. Know what I want to see? I want to see them. I want to see them lead Renee Baguette around to the gorilla position where Tony Khan's sitting, and get into it with Tony Khan and grab him up by his collar and threaten him, knock his headset off. Something different. So actually have him on screen. God knows during these shows. When the show goes off the air, he's out there doing the rah-rah speech. That's what I want to see. I want to see Tony Khan fear for his life on camera.
Well, all I see is him doing stupid-ass karaoke after the show now, which is the cringiest shit ever. Out comes the damned with ping pong, and we're going to have a street fight with the hurt people.
Do you just call them the damned?
Yes, because I'll be damned if I'm watching this shit.
Did you see ping pong try to go through the table?
Yes, I did. I want to talk about that. That's the end of it. But ping pong. Okay, so you've got these 5 men out there, right?
Yes.
And then you got ping pong. And it's one of these things is not like the other one type of moment. And it's ping pong. Can he do all the moves? Cool. He also looks like a small child next to these grown-ass men.
Right.
I don't get it.
Someone pointed out, Don, I'm not going to mention his name. Someone pointed out that Raw's ratings are the lowest. The ratings declines the lowest in Netflix history, someone said.
No,
and I just like to say,
of
course it's not. Of course it's not. But thanks for playing along. We appreciate that. And AEW, no matter what, it's a question of whataboutisms. AEW's got the lowest viewership in the last 2 weeks in the history of the program. If you combine all the ratings of both shows
They don't equal NXT.
It doesn't even equal a third of all the WWE shows added together.
Oh, no, not even close.
So it's all this whataboutism. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I?
I'm not
like little kids on a playground.
I'm here to talk about this. I'm talking about this.
Okay.
Ricochet. Okay.
Somebody's about to get launched.
No, leave it be. Here's my thing.
Okay.
Why did the Hurt people come out in suits? My son saw this and said, what kind of a street fight is this going to be? I was like, are we having a tuxedo match? What the hell was that?
It made no sense whatsoever. When I saw Lashley in the white shirt, I said to you on the phone, looks like Lashley's going to bleed. He's going to bleed, but he didn't. He got someone else's blood on him, but he didn't bleed.
This thing goes on and on.
Forever.
Ricochet tries a flip onto the table. Half-ass misses it. He almost messed himself up pretty good there, like pretty close. He could have messed his back up. Because he's not a heavy guy, he doesn't have the ass to do it. The table doesn't move, so they have to do another spot. No big deal, whatever. It was kind of funny. Hurt people win. Like, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to just leave it there.
Right.
Renee Baguette is with Don Callis and 8 fucking people, and it's a Kyle versus Kyle match. And I don't know what this was supposed to be. What was this supposed to be?
I have no idea.
What was this supposed to be?
Who was involved in all this?
Exactly. It was the entire conglomerate of Don Callis. And I don't know what they were trying to tell me in any of this.
Where was Andrade, Don?
Wasn't he their big new rehire?
Yeah, they made a big deal about him challenging Kenny Omega last week.
I don't even think I saw him in that group.
He was not. I think Santos Escobar was watching on his TV and said,
I think I'll stay home.
Hello, Mr. Paul. I think I'll take that contract offer now. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I'm not going there.
Yes. Overnight, the man he re-signed with WWE. And they agreed to a stronger push for him, by the way, supposedly. Dave Meltzer, you do not know what you're talking about. He said, everyone's saying he's going to go to AEW. The people I know in WWE said Santos Escobar is going to go to AEW. People in AEW expect to see Santos Escobar in AEW. Well, that never happened because he saw this show and said,
Steve Austin promo. Well, none of that shit ever happened.
Right.
Okay. The Jungle Express is back versus the Goofs. And really, this crowd did not give a shit other than singing with the song. Why does Jack Perry have a knife case with no knife? Why is that a thing?
What they're leading to, from what I can see from this match, is Jack Perry's still a heel. Luchasaurus is still a babyface. So Jack Perry's exhibiting heelish tendencies. That's what it is. It's just ridiculous. They all here to go back to the Jungle Boy gimmick where he made the fans happy and made money, and people popped when he came out. It's just he's too small to be a heel. Sorry.
At one point in this match, Jack Perry was fighting the pony to get the turnbuckle off.
Fighting the hell out of that pony. Fighting the pony. Choking the pony to get the turnbuckle off.
And they kept showing the Bucks in the audience, and this thing just went nowhere. A beach ball comes into play. The Bucks come in there and jump them. It's just
which is realistic, of course.
Yeah, it's just trash.
To take out a guy like Luchasaurus, that's realistic for those two. Yeah. It's just, what are we doing here?
I don't know.
What are we doing?
No idea.
Who are they feuding with? They're feuding with the Young Bucks are feuding with everybody.
Yes. Pick a lane.
No one wants to see the Young Bucks on their television. Except for a core.
You persuaded me I would boot them. I'd get rid of them.
A core subset of the viewing audience is probably about 80,000 people would like to see the Young Bucks on TV. That's what I would say. That's what I'd wager.
Cracker Clan's Pack says he can't wait to get the hold of Tangerine. And that song came into my mind. Hey, Mr. Tangerine Man, play a song for me. Your wrestling sucks, and I think you know it.
Tangerines. Do you know? I had an epiphany when I was watching this show. They have no writing for this show whatsoever. They
No
just make
shit.
matches. Do you know the reason why people can't stand Sockface is because he's spouting all this bullshit the entire time to try to weave a storyline through these matches. He's trying to do exposition to explain why they're having these matches. Maddie with a 199. Ain't nothing young about them Bucks, pal. No, they're actually going to be the middle-aged Bucks very, very soon. They're 38 and 39, I believe.
They've shed their antlers long ago.
Yes, they have. Yeah, they're going to be the middle-aged Bucks.
Hey, Mr. Tangerine Man. And then it happens. Pac is cutting a promo, and Daniel Garcia finishes it. And it's this guy. Why, man? Why am I being punished? I did nothing wrong to this guy. I didn't do anything wrong to Tony Khan. Why do you keep making me watch this guy cut promos?
He's horrible. Horrible. Horrible.
Thank you again.
You talk about having the same face at every time you see the guy. He's got no expression on his face whatsoever. No expression. He's got Bret Hart-itis. No expression on his face whatsoever.
And then we get Kyle versus Kyle, and I said, nope, I'm not watching this shit because you know what's going to win.
Horrible.
And I wrote it down again. Fletcher needs to slow the hell down.
Right.
And then you knew where this went to. The Don Callis got involved. Here comes all the other people, blah, blah, blah.
Because they all have to get involved because of Kyle Fletcher's
versus,
Fletcher's such a threat. I'm not Fletcher. I mean, O'Reilly's such a threat to these guys. Horrible.
Renee Baguette interviews Kyle Fletcher next and says, you backed away from Briscoe. And he says, I did not. And then it's announced, oh, you have to wrestle him at Wrestle Dream. And they just walk away. Okada versus Takeshita. Is that it? No, Monet comes out. She's going to open championship against Lacey Lane. Who cares? I'm fast forwarding this. You know where this was going. Okada and Takeshita beat Brodito. I don't give a shit about this. Pac versus Tangerine Man. Pac gets handcuffed to a barricade, breaks it, and gets back to the ring, to which Darby Allin decides he's the baddest man in the land, beats everybody up.
Pulls out a
Tangerine
Molotov cocktail.
wins. And then threatens to throw a Molotov cocktail in the direction of Jon Moxley and scene.
None of this was any good whatsoever. None of it. None of it was any good whatsoever, except for the opening 15 minutes with Joe and Hangman Page, and that's because of Samoa Joe.
And I did like the Hurt People's match. I did when it wasn't involving ping pong. When ping pong wasn't involved, I enjoyed it.
It should have been half of what that was.
Oh, it was a long son of a bitch. Don't get me wrong.
Long match. It should have been half of that.
I don't know where we go from here.
They got their win back. The Hurt People got their win back. They should have MVP pin Ricochet is what they should have done. Because he got pinned in the last match, MVP did. He was the loser in the last match at the pay-per-view.
By the way, I did watch Raw. I did find it particularly pertaining. The CM Punk LA Knight Usos angle is got me curious. This is what you don't get on SmackDown.
This is what you don't get on AEW.
Show. That's true too.
Who would have thought
that dynamic is amazing?
Who would have thought that one of the hottest angles in Raw or in WWE would involve three Japanese women who can barely speak English,
yelling at each other,
screaming at one another? Who would have thought that?
I never would have.
It's gold. It's comedy gold, and it's intrigue gold is what it is.
By the way, Asuka with that centipede drawing on her face, that shit is creepy as fuck.
It was awesome. It's awesome.
So creepy.
Have you ever seen any of her videos on YouTube or Twitter?
We don't do
where
that.
she speaks English.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
Well, I'm not wasting my time with that shit. Football's
on.
Shit
to do, pal.
I got shit to do. I got people to fire and football's on. I got bourbon to drink, people to fire, asses to kick, and football's on.
I do want to talk about this real quick, right? Crown Jewels this Saturday morning. 8 a.m.
5 matches
on the East Coast.
5 matches announced. That's it. 5 matches.
Okay.
No CM Punk.
No CM Punk.
No.
No Usos.
No. No LA Knight.
I am impressed, to say the least, because it's got my attention for a couple of reasons, right? I want to talk about them real quick. We're going to run through this real quick. Men's crown jewel, Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins wins, correct?
I would say so, yeah. They've got to take all that shit from Cody. They got to take he was last year's winner. They can take it away from Cody.
Women's crown jewel championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie McCourt. I got Stephanie winning that.
Yeah. I'd go with that.
Bottles, I got a problem. Hold on, pal.
You okay?
Got
a poop? What's going on?
No. What the fuck?
Okay.
No. John Cena versus AJ Styles. I got John Cena.
Okay.
Who do you got?
I got AJ Styles.
Well, I mean, we're all wrong about shit in our lives every day, Bottles.
Well, let me tell you something. You had John Cena beating Brock Lesnar at the last pay-per-view.
I did.
You asshole. And I said, what, does he need to win? Does he need to win? You got your problems taken care of over there, by the way?
Yeah. You worry about your side in the background.
I'm fine, pal.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. Roman Reigns got it.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they're going to do I think Bronson Reed's going to beat his ass. They're all going to chip in and beat his ass. And they're going to set the stage for the Survivor Series.
Rhea Ripley, Io Sky versus Kabuki Warriors. I got Asuka getting turned on by Kairi Sane and losing.
Getting turned on?
Yep. And I don't mean like a sexual way. I mean like her partner turns on.
Well, I don't like this at all then. I think that
You don't want with all the dildos up in the house.
dildo. Dildo. I think that Rhea Ripley and Io Sky will win this match because Kairi Sane beat Io Sky on Raw. So by conventional, normal booking, historical booking, if the heel won on the regular show, the baby faces will win on the pay-per-view.
Are you going to watch this PLE?
Yes, I am. I'm not going to watch it at 8 a.m.
Well, okay. Well, I'm going to get a bloody buddy, and I'm going to have a good day because college football's back, and I'm going to watch this PLE straight into college football, and you can't stop me.
Enjoy those Bloody Marys, pal. I got a little story that, I don't know, it's a little long, pal, but it's from Freddie Prinze Jr.
Make it short, make it fast, because we got to go. You can kiss my...
Freddie Prinze Jr. used to be a booker for WWE.
Yes, well, that's what he says. I don't know if he was that or he's just a backstage guy.
No, he was a booker. He was a writer for WWE. I shouldn't say booker. He was a writer, is what they would call those guys. Former WWE writer Freddie Prinze Jr. talking about how Undertaker changed creative plans for his wife, so she did lose the Divas title. Have you heard this story?
No. What?
I have Michelle McCool losing the Divas Championship at the Royal Rumble, which happens a few months before WrestleMania. And I have her losing with dignity, and I have her giving a real match. I've been in the company for maybe 4 months. I didn't realize the belt meant that much to so many different people. I go to work, and somewhere in the arena backstage, and Michelle comes up to me and says, Stephanie says you want to talk to me about the women's storyline. We sit down in the cafeteria off the side. I start pitching her the way it's going to be.
Blah, 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 blah. What? Get to the good stuff.
Basically, he said that she's going to the Royal Rumble to drop the title. And the whole thing is the story of where it finishes, because she deserves to know the whole story. It gets to WrestleMania, where it would be Beth and Kia, who was Karma, Awesome Kong, if you know her by that name.
Yeah, I
and
know.
Her face goes pale. All the color just dropped right out of her skin. And she right away says, she implies I've done something wrong. I just don't know what it is yet, because this is hindsight and it was in the moment. So I go, what's wrong? Her eyes well up with tears. And I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? She says, I don't think losing the belt before WrestleMania. I don't think I'd be doing that. She was upset. And in hindsight,
okay.
rightfully
So
basically she went backstage. She cried the blues to the Undertaker.
Jesus Christ.
Who cried the blues to Vince McMahon. And Vince McMahon told Michael Hayes to pull Freddie on the side.
This
your storyline's it's not going to happen.
She went completely around her ass to get to her elbow telling this story. Cut the bullshit. Tell me what happened. She's just a pain in the ass, dude. I'm done.
They went to that man right there. Comic book supervillain Vincent Kennedy McMahon. They
Vince,
went right
he
to
has
him.
his court date next week. Did you know that?
Yes. It's not
For
looking
his,
too good for Vince.
So for those of you that don't remember, Vince McMahon got into a really bad car wreck earlier this year on the same day that that Hulk Hogan died.
Yes.
And Bottles and I have a theory that he was driving his car and this news hit the radio and he blanked out.
Yeah, got upset.
Just blanked out and slammed into it. And that was the end.
And he's got to appear in court. And 3 other cars were involved in the accident.
I do want to get this out there real quick because this one struck a nerve with me before we go.
Look at that guy.
Big E.
He looks like a Yakuza lord, a Japanese crime lord, Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Well, the AEW fans should love him then.
Ishii.
So I want to get to this real quick. Big E says, even at the height of the New Day, he was having suicidal thoughts.
What?
Yeah. CP the trucker, I'll get to you in just a second, buddy. I'll get you in just a second. But I want to talk about this real quick because I do want to put something out real quick, man.
Yes.
I don't care how bad you think you've got it in life or how good you think you've got it in life. Okay. Talk to somebody if you're having these kind of thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Reach out to somebody because it's never as bad as you think. And it's never as good as you think it is either, for that matter.
No.
So he said it started when he was 9 years old and he would look in the mirror and say, I'd like to be anybody else but me. And he'd start crying. And he did this on Stephanie McMahon's show. This is where he revealed all this. So I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but that one kind of hit me like, damn, dude. Like, I like Big E. I like this guy as a person just because he had a really bad break in a wrestling business and he was their world champion at one point in time. And if this guy could get to this point, this guy could be at his lowest moment.
The Big E, great guy on the microphone, gold when he was with the New Day. Great guy all the way around. He's very encouraging of all the talent. And he's encouraging of the new talent that comes up. He goes to NXT all the time.
Right. Like there's nothing about this guy that would have given me any indication this is how he felt inside because he's such a positive point all the time.
Absolutely. God bless him, man. God bless him.
So, yeah, that's the best way to say it. I just want to say God bless the guy. You know, brother, I'll give you my phone number if you want, if you need somebody to talk to one day at 2:00 on a Tuesday. I mean, you know, that goes for anybody out there. If you're ever feeling that low, let me know. I mean, my Twitter DMs are always open if you're feeling that way.
Don't contact me because I don't care.
You're a dick. On to CP the trucker. Guys, when is Roman Reigns getting written off TV? That's a solid question. He did.
He just did.
I think, I'm not sure that he's done yet because here's the thing. After this PLE, do you realize that the next PLE is not is Survivor Series and it's not until late November?
Isn't it always late November?
Like, no, it used to be mid-November or early November because it wasn't always Thanksgiving weekend. It's November 29th. They've got a month and a half to build to this next show. I have a feeling, call me crazy, they're about to start building something big to get to this.
Yes.
So I'll be curious to see where the WWE goes the next several months. They have got to get SmackDown shaken up. They've got to do something with that show. Thank you very much, CP the Trucker. We appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing this PLE.
Did you see? This is something we didn't talk about. NXT was opposite AEW on Tuesday night. Did you see we have new NXT tag team champions on the men's side?
Yes, I did, and I'm not going to talk about this. You're not going to make me.
I'm going to.
No.
The Hardy Boys, the Hardy Men. The Hardy Men are the new tag team champions of NXT in a botch-filled extravaganza. If you saw the clips on Twitter, they're really something to see. Jeff Hardy has no idea where he is in a wrestling ring. He's just
And Matt Hardy can't walk.
And Matt Hardy's got his legs on backwards still. He can barely function. He can barely move. They're gearing up for the Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys on the TNA pay-per-view. And it's going to be for the TNA tag champs and the NXT
champs.
The NXT. You could see Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley as NXT tag champs on NXT.
Did you see the combined age of these participants?
200 years old.
It is 474.
Did he add Tony Schiavone in that?
No. If you do that,
did he add Vince in there? Is Vince in there too?
No.
Oh,
Yakuza is not in there.
Oh my God in heaven. I couldn't believe it. And you know what they did? They had the women's NXT women's win that challenge match, that battle. And the TNA men won the men's match.
Go figure. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. I do have one question for Bottles before we take off the air tonight.
Is this a legit question? Or is it going to go right to Gordon Soley?
Nope. Did you see what Vince McMahon said to the officer when he got pulled over after that wreck? Did you hear what he said?
No, what did he say?
Oh, you.
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.